who I am? I could ask myself the same question again and again. I seem to enjoy a lack of integrity, and I seem to discount all solidarity. Furthermore, I don't rely upon familiarity, at least now I have a sense of clarity. I like to embrace a sense of peculiarity, take the road less traveled with disciplinarity, expand my knowledge and universal dexterity, all the while regulating significant polarities. It's been a unique ride, but I feel the urge to end it. Put the pieces together and find a way to mend it. Rebuild my hand up and find a way to extend it. See the monster and find a way to befriend it. Present the problem and find a way to comprehend it. Construct a budget and find a way to underspend it. Go the extra mile and find a way to dividend it. Figure out my life and find a way to superintend it. I am the ever-changing man wrote about in legend. Update my ethics and my skill set every second, but I'm not too sure. This is just what I reckon. I'll have a new opinion after I tour this errand. I really don't intend to pretend. I am simply trying to contend with the trend. For reasons aforementioned, I will send and I bend. That's really it. I append it to what depends. I go by many names, and who I am is what remains. But I've got to break these chains that clamped fast around my veins. I'll follow through within this campaign and set these planes all up in flames. It's just who I am, I exclaim after this. I hope to find my way. There's only so much time before it all collapses to the ground. I thought I was free, but it turns out I'm still bound. I've watched the statues of my past persons produce themselves now. It's all conglomerating in my hands and around. They speak a language I disdain and try to pull me down to where I came from, but this time I won't allow. They remind me of how it truly feels to chase the crown, and they tell me I could still be the best without a doubt. Don't you realize I've become immune to you running your mouth? I think it's time for me to kill what created this crowd. Because yes, the navigator and traitor are dead, and I won that fight. I thought the story came to an end, but the true root of the problem is beginning to rear its head. My insecurity has arrived and I must make amends. Now it's my authenticity that I must defend, and he tells me that it won't matter, I'm still condemned. And this is a problem much larger than I can comprehend, but he doesn't know that things have changed. I've got a friend. I like to call him the personification of intelligence, and his name is the Matador. And yes, he is another version of myself, and I can hear you say that I've been here before. This could go very wrong, like it already has. Is that something I will just ignore? But there is something you don't yet realize. He has already joined my course. While I was busy fighting the red and the gold, he was identifying the root cause, the stronghold. He was observing the behavior of the ox, that old mold. He was already sold on defeating the bison threefold. The ox is the one who still remains uncontrolled. He is the insecurity that remains foretold. And without the matador, I remain blindfold. So we must quickly find each other for a foothold. Oh, did I forget to mention? I'm still waiting for the Matador's redemption. He moves slow until there's some tension, though I still trust he'll keep his retention. Do you even know what it feels like with intelligence? It's like no investigation, but with infinite evidence. It's like power over every strong element, yet it remains quiet within much eloquence. Oh, did I lose my attention? It happens often when I have so much to question. New knowledge to add to my collection, and I won't stop until I've reached perfection. An impossible goal, you say, just arrogance. How could you become so insanely negligent? How are you still the one embracing decadence? I am so disappointed with your petulance. I've been told before that I'm completely out of my mind, which may be true, but keep in mind it is my own mind. You can announce opinions all you want, I don't mind. I don't need you to guide, I know where I'm deprived. There are things that I want that I still must find. I've spent so many years feeling behind and being confined. This is my true chance to slice through all those binds. This is my true chance to ultimately redefine. There are things that I can't see yet. There are things that I can't get yet. There are things I will regret yet. There are things that I cannot reset yet. But give me a break, I'm trying to fix my life. It just involves killing my past with a knife, and then dealing with whatever afterlife. I still want a life larger than life. This is the toughest opponent I have ever faced, insecurity. And I have endless doubts on who will win, insecurity. But I can trust myself, I know I've got purity. This is just a battle that will test my maturity. I am still afraid because of all the obscurity. But I am forever determined to lose my impurities. And who are you to say that you need a routine to follow? I thought you were the one planning to be desperado. What on earth has gotten you feeling so hollow? Whatever, man, I'm still keeping my bravado. You say that you want to find yourself as if you're static. Just keep following that enigmatic schematic. Don't you realize that's the opposite of being pragmatic? I don't understand what turned you into some systematic. You will never find yourself because you're always changing. That's been your whole life, constant rearranging. Because what matters to you will never stop aging, as well as you. Yet here you are restraining. So here's some advice for you that you should be retaining. Just do whatever you want, that's my ascertaining. Because you're never going to want to be the same thing. This is simply the day that I became king. That I became king, 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 that I never think, that I pull the strings, that I never cling. Written in your name and repeatedly alternate self. Who the hell are you to be the one to rebel? You've created this and it's been upheld. You already know that this is where you dwell. And is it a problem for me to finally want something different? I don't see you trying to escape your predicament. You just accept your situation with so much indifference. I will no longer be the one known for ambivalence. The cycle only started because I couldn't change my situation. Just repeating it will help the next generation. So forgive me for applying some innovation. The correlation does not equal the causation. I will eventually put an end to alternate self. I've been so tired of the fact that I can't change where I dwell. Despite being the one to constantly rebel against myself, I will find a way to break out of this royal cell. 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 Become my own infidel. Then hit the alarm bell. Dispel anti-parallel. And I became king. And I became king. And I became king. And I became king, and I became king, and I always think, and I pull the strings, bring everything. When I became king, 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 hit him on the backswing, unwind all that toiling, show me anything. I've come to realize that I don't know what I want anymore. I spent so long jaded that I don't know what I'm doing this for. This is the start of my battle number 4, and I barely even got my damn foot in the door. Been watching shore, and I'm feeling sore from the war, but I still need to figure it out by force. Cause I know that there's a lot of things that I have ignored, and I know that there's a lot of things I neglect to mourn, and I know that there's a lot of things I could never afford, but I know that I can't stop, that's just the way I was born. Been thinking back and forth cause I can't decide what I actually want from this life, and I'm addicted to just filling up the taunts. I'm really good at war, but I'm not so good at doing the taunt. I live my whole damn life constantly in flaunt. It'd be nice if I could actually gain a real friend for once, or maybe more than that, but I can't discern the ends from the fronts, and I change my mind way too often, so it depends on the months. I like to think that I'm just clouded like a diamond in the rough. I really can't stop myself from thinking too much, and that's what I've become. Indeterminate, and I would succumb, but something in my mind is telling me to let it come. I often think about turning into scum. I often think about turning myself numb, yet for some reason I continue to strum on this drum another alternate self-sum. My mind changes every second. Makes it hard to change when you know you're letting. And people always ask me what exactly am I regretting, but it doesn't matter who made that twist, it's already deadened. It's moments like these that make wish I could do it again. Run it back now that I know what to prevent. Change the game, show my real and good intent, but that ship has sailed, and now I must defend. Been thinking way too much cause I'm afraid of what I actually want from this life, and I'm addicted to coping with taunts. I've lived my life classic, so do we even want the taunt? I wanna take it seriously, but all I can do is jaunt. I really want to have a real friend for once, and even more than that, but I want to serve the ends and the fronts. I want to fight this, but I keep confusing the bends and the blunts, and no one would sound like the diamond when I act like the rough. I really can't stop myself from getting in my head, convincing myself I'm dumb, and that I truly belong in the slum, and that I really only deserve a crumb, and that I can't change who I've become, and that I've turned into a stump, and that I need now to slump, so they can empty the trash from the dump. I just need time, but first I need to solve these internal crimes and soothe my mind by writing these rhymes. I will sooner than later re-reach my prime. What do I want? Who do I want? Where do I wander? Why did I wait? Why do I have so many unanswered questions? Why do I relearn the same damn lessons? I wish I could trust myself with leading directions. I wish I could get over past rejections. I wish I didn't rely upon only deceptions. I wish I wasn't always the damn exception. I wish I wouldn't always sympathize with and forgive my transgressions. I wish I wouldn't feel the need to destroy all my past inventions. I wish I could actually make clear what are my intentions. I wish everyone wouldn't just always think I'm a damn projection. I wish that I could know you. I wish that I could show you. I wish that I could grow with you. I wish I wasn't a shadow of you. I wish, although it's no use, I wish that I could deduce. I wish that I wouldn't always excuse. I am wishing for a truce. I wish that I could change the world myself for the better. I wish that instead of being the anchor, I could be the pace setter. I wish that I could fix all of these problems forever. Why does all of this feel like a useless endeavor? I wish that right now I didn't seem like just a beggar. I wish that right now I didn't seem like just a debtor. I wish that I was able to read all of your minds. However, I'm not sure if I would even enjoy that altogether. I wish that I could fight the world while it tells me never. I wish that I could put up with an infinite amount of pressure. I wish that I could take control and become the director. I wish that take care of you, but you will distrust. I don't blame you to not dare. I know it takes time to trust. I let you know I'm aware, even if I feel it's unjust. Does it even matter what I wish for? It seems like I'll never get what I ask for. The reason why? I don't know, maybe because I just want more. Forget the specifics, I guess, that's the full extent of my core. Do you finally see why this is pissing me off? I just want some honest things, yet all life does is scoff. So I attempt to find a way around by keeping this cycle aloft. Alternate Self, Series 4, Matador, send off. I spent the last goddamn decade of my life fixing myself, including intellect, empathy, health, wealth, whatever I'm compelled. Yet it seems like from the world I still remain expelled. But you can't keep me in these cells. I'm done with where I dwell. I've spent the last decade of my life asking myself why. Why is it me that feels bone dry? Why is it only me that can reach the sky while remaining confined? And why do I abide by? Why must I be the one who needs to fortify? Why must I be the one who needs to justify? Why must I be the one who needs to pacify? Why do I still have nothing to signify? I've been tossed around and thrown in infinite directions, and I've had to face all my regrets and transgressions. What do I need to do to no longer be the exception? I still feel like I'm just a damn projection. Taken it far, all on this journey. Please tell me, so I no longer need to worry. I've been through hell and back, and all I ask for is mercy. My philosophy, there's three options that you can choose. Fight or flight or fall, the antidote of the confused. The world owes you nothing despite the fact you paid your dues. You can act refused, or removed, or abused. First you want to fight it. Sure enough, she is right despite the spite of it. And you think it was the right hit. Back it up, you said to certain your sights hit. And you say you're not the slight wit. Back it up, you only ever recite wit. And you believe that the light's lit. Pack it up your heart and head, with that you lit. Got the heart of a soldier and the head of a sage. And as you get older, you refuse to age. And as you brush off your shoulder, you again engage. But you're acting bipolar, how can you tame your rage? Version of you. I thought you determined and then you want to run from it, as you realize you cannot overcome it, and you feel like you're playing zero-sum method. Won't matter if you change the outcome of it. So you sprint and you run and you succumb to its power over you in an effort to not become to it. And you believe this choice will bring income, but it can't change what the rule of thumb permits. You can only run so far from where you've gained your scars. And I know that seems bizarre when you're lost up at the reservoir, and I know you feel stuck in tar when you're focusing on venturing far. Maybe that you should have chosen to spar. It seems to both leave you charred. With your mind to face them, but the script in you begin to chase them. It's strange, but the only way to displace them, and then you'll be able to clear your headspace from them. So long as you were able to keep pace with them, while never looking face to face with them. But you gotta want to in the first place, all with them. That's what it really means to fall. Realizing that you are small, but you're not pushed up against the wall. And this is not your fault, but your responsibility still is stalled when you think about the walls you installed. But it's not too late to call it off, and that's what it truly means to fall. I need some time to myself, or do I? I don't know whether to believe that's truth or a lie. Evidently, I do need to think this through, but I don't want to do it alone too. I want to be alone, but I wish I was around others. I want to be myself, but it feels like that just makes me suffer. I want to be a man, but it's hard without any brothers. I want to trust myself, but all I can do is utter nonsense, man. Why am I like this? Have I been given opportunities that I resist? Or am I rejected from the world, stuck in an abyss? I don't know anymore, and I just want to quit. I'm at the point where I can't even trust myself. I already couldn't trust anyone else because of all the damage they have dealt. When I have, how can I hope for trust when all I've been is expelled? Alone, but I don't. I'll do anything to finally connect with others, but I won't. Vulnerability is something I have learned to revoke. To cope with that, I replaced it with being cutthroat. But I still always hope that others will see through that. That they'll see I'm a human too, not just for combat. That they'll realize that my past has had a large impact. But no one ever does, and all they do is laugh. And I've lived my life treating everything as my fault. It's taken me very far, but it's exhausting as the default. But what am I supposed to believe? That I'm just unlucky and still sought? By whom? Everything I have in my life, which for I fought. It's even worse with the fact that I can't ask for advice. No one treats me seriously, like I don't even have rights. I've got no one to go to for guidance, and too many to go to for rights. No one to go to share my sights. For what do I pay this price? because I'm so conflicted with this. No matter how hard I try, they still think I got tricks in my kicks. Is my only hope now truly to wait for an eclipse? I just want someone to finally give me an honest chance. Even though under the pressure I'll probably collapse, I know that there are a lot of things that I indeed lack. I've been bad, so do I even deserve that? I don't like to think I'm born in the wrong generation, though I also don't like the current state of the nation. The world's becoming less human and more corporation, but it goes entirely against our previously laid foundation. Why must we lack simple human needs inside imagination? I ask everywhere, but there's always a different explanation. It seems the price to pay for quality of life is alienation, so sometimes I do wish I was born in a different generation. Mom was right, it really is that damn phone. I can connect with anyone on the planet, but will still feel alone. I can distract my mind to avoid dealing with the unknown. I can ignore the world even though I don't want to, I haven't grown. Used to be unique, but now turning into a clone. Used to be head in the cloud, and for years I haven't flown. Used to have ambition, replaced with a screen on a throne. And I can't change, despite having all this shown. And don't get me started with the politics. I won't start though we're near an apocalypse. I feel we are lacking collective competence, though we've never had so many rocket ships. And we destroy a planet, but at the same time it's fine. We'll just rely on people with a spine to refine. We'll just accept that those with power combine to define until they make one mistake and they're confined to the minds. This is the modern curse. Everyone's out for the worst, and everyone feels that they're hurt. What can we do to reverse? This is the modern curse. So much knowledge, but none can nurse. Never been so easy to coerce. Never been so easy to subvert. What happened to happiness? Stop this. I know for one that I want bliss, but I'm stuck in a state of uncanniness, despite having nothing to reminisce. This is the modern curse. Never been so hard to converse. Never been so hard to traverse. Never been so damn adverse. This is the modern curse. It's perpetually inverse, and it's constantly getting worse. Be right back, I've got to get back to work. What will we do about the skyrocketing suicide rates? What will we do about the countries closing their gates? What will we do with what the continuous lies create? What can we do to really change our fate? I'll leave it up to you. Because I don't know what to do. Still alone? Come here, I'll tell you. It's because you never show any damn follow through. It's because your entire persona is so damn see-through. It's because you aren't worth it no matter how much you pull through. You've got nothing to offer except for wisdom that you made up, and every single thing you say is just a damn cover-up from what you really mean, and you refuse to shape up. You used to be right, you're nothing but a damn runner-up. It's my destiny to be alone. I don't need a backbone.
stone. I have nothing to gain but a philosopher's stone.
Alchemy is real, but in this case, not for you. If you use it, it'll never show any follow through, and you'll turn the stone into something see-through, no matter how much you try to fix and pull through. And you convinced yourself alchemy is real, you made it up, and you referenced irrelevant stories as a cover-up. But using indirect ways to solve problems will result in a shape-up. You used to be wrong, you're even worse than a runner-up.
It's my destiny to be alone. I don't need a backbone. I don't need that sword in the stone. I have nothing to gain but a philosopher's stone.
Not to mention all the evil things you have done in the past. You think anyone would give you a chance just to be harassed? There is no excuse for acting so downcast. Sympathy story can't just be that you're an outcast. And you can try all you want to change their minds and convince them that your thoughts are actually quite vast by writing these songs that nobody listens to as a last-ditch effort to rewrite the story at last. You really need to believe that you have no choice in this matter. You're going to be alone no matter how much you shatter. Believe me, I'm trying to help you see every factor. These are the cards you were dealt. You can check every single chapter, and you can ask those who know you. You're just a damn cadaver. You can't change how they see you before and hereafter, so you can attempt to change your destiny if it's even possible, or accept that this is simply your reality. I would choose the latter. Tearing at every fucking seam, and what I believe seems nothing but a dream. And in my mind, all I can really do is scream. I don't have any idea anymore what really seems true. a lot of different directions I could go in. A lot of masters with advice who won't keep it within. A lot of media out there that could change the way of your wind, and they're all trying to do the same thing, convince. And that's not the problem I've got a problem with. I'm not claiming that all their ideas are just myth, but their solutions only did solve their situation, while mine is very different, so your words have no foundation. I need to figure out which way I'm going to go. I need to know that I'm growing, just so I know. I need to show that I'm sewing together the blows, and all the advice I have gotten is contradictory solos. I need to figure out which way I'm going to go. I need to know that I'm growing, just so I know. I need to show that I'm sewing together the blows, and all the advice I've gotten is contradictory solos. Something you gotta keep in mind, philosophy is entirely subjective. Everything remains entirely dependent on your unique perspective. Just because something worked for you doesn't mean it will for me be effective. You can't push your ideas on me while claiming you're not being selective. Socrates, I need some answers, not just questions anew. Plato, this is the one world I know and the one I've got to get through. Aristotle, how can you claim truth without even testing if it's true? Confucius, how do your words apply when the modern world has an entirely different view? Lao Tzu, are you really claiming that I can't change my own life for the better? Epicurus, do you know how much one can grow by putting up with pressure? To the skeptic, am I really supposed to live my life constantly followed by however? And to the stoic, have you ever heard of ambition or went off on an endeavor? I need to figure out which way I'm going to go. I need to know that I'm growing, just so I know. I need to show that I'm sewing together the blows, and all the advice I've gotten is contradictory solos. I need to know that I'm not owing to what's below. I need to know that I'm not rowing through dense snow. I need to know that I'm not bestowing on plateaus. Nothing is black and white. I learned that not long ago. I need to figure out which way I'm going to go. I need to know that I'm growing, just so I know. I need to show that I'm sewing together the blows, and all the advice I've gotten is contradictory solos. I need to know that I'm not owing to what's below. I need to know that I'm not rowing through dense snow. I need to know that I'm not bestowing on plateaus. Nothing is black and white. I learned that not long ago. Everyone keeps telling me how to live like they've got piercing eyes. I know they aren't lies, but they're still leading me to my demise. To the empiricists, am I supposed to believe that the only knowledge is of being wise? To the rationalists, how can you claim truth without attempting if it applies? To the nihilist, do you know the impact your world has on you? To the cynicist, do you understand basic human needs too? To the humanist, what if selflessness is not something I am used to? And to the utilitarian, how can you claim that everything is equally true? I'm gonna go my own way, whatever that means to me. I'm not gonna do what they say unless that I agree. I'll show what I convey without any guarantees that I won't again become stray, because I may need to flee. I'm gonna go my own way, whatever that means to me. Don't need another delay, I've already had 3. I can't promise I will stay. I need to know that I'm free. The in-between has more than just gray. I need more than just to see. I'll move ASAP, forget the hyperbole. I'm gonna go my own way, whatever that means to me. I'm not gonna do what they say unless that I agree. I'll show what I convey without any guarantees that I won't again become stray, because I might need to flee. I'm gonna go my own way, whatever that means to me. There's much to my dismay, and I won't take another knee. I've had enough of the betray. It's reached too high of a degree. Intentional or not, I stay away. I must do what is best for me. I'll carve my own life, know that I trust my judgment. I'll put up with the strife, no matter how reluctant. I won't do the wild life, even though it's not redundant. This is my only life, I'll retain that judgment. I'll carve my own life, know that I trust my judgment. I'll put up with the strife, no matter how reluctant. I won't do the wild life, even though it's not redundant. This is my only life, I'll retain that judgment. Who the hell am I? And what do I really have enough to justify? And is this just another case of my modify? Or will I just continue to mystify? The answer is no, bifold, multiply. I have embraced myself and I will quantify. And I will define what exactly I signify. And I will explain what happened, identify. I act immature despite the lies? Why do I claim eyes but continue disguise? Why do I still pretend to despise? Why do I claim wise but never divide? It's because I know the truth despite the lies, and I'm looking for those who can see through disguise, looking for those who have the power and will to despise behind my wise eyes. I don't need to devise. I'm the embodiment of chaos who won't cross the line. I am the one who didn't conform or by design. I am the one who writes misprints and instills that I sign. I am the one who prints what exactly I find. I'm the embodiment of wisdom who won't act benign. I'm the one who catches the glint and defines for the blind. I'm the one who is convinced there are people of two kinds, those who find what they want and those who want what they can't find. That people wouldn't understand me, but now I realize they can't know what they can't see. And I was searching too long just to find the key when it was inside me, and I know who to be. But that just doesn't mean I can just ignore everyone else. I already tried that, but I couldn't, and it didn't help. And for a while I didn't even know what else, but the only one who could save me is myself. I've been described as just a monster. I've been referred to as a conceited incel. It's been claimed that I'll never get married. You know who said that? My own family. I've been told that I'm wise beyond my years. I've been told that I got a real future ahead of me. They claim to respect me for ignoring those piercing eyes. Yet despite all this, I have no real allies. I've been racing through the fire, and I want to leave eventually, but it serves as my desire. The what I want is drastically changed. I require to constantly be a fighter. I've been controlling this by fire, and the more I think about it, the situation seems dire. I've been addicted to the feeling of what I have acquired. I can feel it in each one of my fibers. I've been tormented and beaten. I've been demented and a cretin. I've been segmented and weakened. I've been battlemented and unbeaten. I've been augmented without a reason. I've been represented by treason. I've been disoriented and uneven. I've been unprecedented despite lesions. I choose to bury. sorry that I couldn't hold myself back. I'm sorry that I'm always on the attack. I'm sorry that only now I'm beginning to crack. I'm sorry that I still remain slow to act. I'm sorry that I hurt you, I don't expect forgiveness. I'm sorry, better I thought I knew doesn't excuse my viciousness. Neither do the things I've gone through, I'm sorry for my superstitiousness. At least I can say that I grew, feel so damn repetitious. I'm sorry that I pushed you away again. I'm sorry that it's something I couldn't prevent. I'm sorry that I'm always 100%. I'm sorry that I'm subconsciously fueled by revenge. I can apologize all I want, I can't promise it won't happen again. I can talk in different fonts, but I still can't comprehend what I'm actually sorry for or what's only in my defense. I don't know how I'm feeling, but I know I'm discontent. I'm sorry that I can't make up my damn mind. I'm sorry that I don't understand how to be kind. I'm sorry that I actually do, but still act blind. I'm sorry that I'm still working on cutting through my binds. I'm sorry that I cut myself off from the world instead. I'm sorry that in response I hurled back what you said. I'm sorry that I unfurled what depends. I'm sorry that to the world I am condemned. I'm sorry for all the false promises that remain alleged. I'm sorry for all the hypotheses that remain misled. I'm sorry for all the ominous things I've said. I'm sorry for the fact that the anonymous remains dead. I apologize for who I am. I apologize for being damned. I'm sorry my mind weighs kilograms. I apologize for being a living anagram.
Failure is an attitude, rarely a reality. We suffer more often than imagination. Stress shouldn't be avoided. It keeps you sharp. It makes you view success as a certainty. What would you attempt to do? It doesn't really exist because you believe that you will get there eventually. Ignorance is bliss. There is something worth sacrificing from made decisions. Perfection is a horizon. It's not your fault, but it is your responsibility. There is no greater waste of time than justifying your actions to people who have a life you don't want. Courage is found in road to hell is paved with good intentions. How long can I go forth on this old path? Heroes give it up.
Are you bored of your life? I know how to fix that. Are you sickened with strife? Do you still twist the knife? Do you want the fix tonight? I got the solution. The answer is endless curiosity. Keeps your mind accelerating, changing velocity. Fly through the external world, which is full of viscosity, and reignite your own quality philosophy. Cause I know you've had enough of the inequality. Those with little have too much generosity, and those with commodities have a sense of grandiosity. So you must return to this forsaken reciprocity. The world is endlessly interesting, only if you let it be. People have indescribable depth, only if you care to see. You have boundless potential, only if you let yourself free. You can find peace, the key is curiosity. Misery is inescapable, only if you agree. You can take different paths, only if you care to disagree. Because there is so much hiding within the unknown undersea. You must let go of your fake ability to foresee. That doesn't mean you will have a happy ending. It just means there is so much contending. And I don't like to use the word transcending, but in this case it's vitality you are befriending. Like full sending without depending, and tending to what you're intending, and mending what you're commending, and representing what you're reinventing. Freeing the body from the mind, in the mind, no longer voluntarily blind. You've been lined by what you refined on the grind, and yet there is still so much to find. That's why you need to retrieve curiosity, and you still need to succeed animosity, lest you proceed to achieve monstrosity. Speaking from experience, it's unhealthy methodology, and the deeds you perceive could be oddities, where you supersede and believe in autonomy. It could seem to deceive all your honesty, but only if you leave and lead it to mockery. Indeed, I conceived true anomalies. I agreed to relieve my monotony, and I was freed while I grieved my terminology, cause I can read the heaps of epistemology. Metaphysics seized, perceived, synonymy. Characteristics lay seeds, weaved in psychology. Statistics please, naive responsibility. The business reconvened and bereaved self-consciously. distant and war-filled past, who said to vast and baseless ideas remain in contrast, while inside a storm, and nearby the troop pulls out his mast, whose visage overpowers the shadows from the clouds cast. His view of the world is not something he has surpassed, and the masses in confusion continue to ask, but sometimes only the first will truly outlast, and the hand gripped to the blade with heart suppressed and thrashed. I am the one who will free my own frontier. I stare death in the face while battling my own fear. In spite of the world, I remain my own pioneer. I've been rejected from the things that I hold near, and I don't understand why I continue to persevere or refuse to let anyone else interfere. Are these really false words, or are they simply tears? Nothing beside remains round the insecurity of that colossal wreck, bounds within impurities, the lone and level sand stretching to obscurity. At least now I have a sense of clarity, but I have still underestimated the severity as I sit stagnant and silently scream despairingly. Why must the world be confined to ever-changing linearity? Why must there stand a chance as I develop ambidexterity? And he wonders why he can't even get by when he's dealing with the wrong head in a different sky, and he still denies what is heavily implied, and the last thing he wants to do is comply. I understand now, I want to be somebody else, because I struggle to obtain the thing that would improve my health, but now it is courage that I have been dealt to say that I don't want the best for myself. Matador, I couldn't save you. I'm sorry that my intelligence needed to die for me to carry through, but you have now taught me how to follow through. I have a new life now that is long overdue. I'm sorry, Ox, I couldn't help you. I'm sorry that your past caused you to fall through, but your death still serves as a breakthrough. This feels like deja vu. Out in the distance I can see that long and lonely road, a necessary way to travel if your death is owed. A curse upon your mind, it leaves your thoughts engraved in code, and eventually erode. Yet still you must carry the load. I can see from my past that the path of mine has been rode, and I can see the failed attempt to construct an abode. But now I find it is courage that I have been bestowed, in the form of a sword that in the end will never corrode. I've been waiting for the moment where the clouds are clear, where I'd no longer be a victim of a puppeteer, where I'd no longer be accused of being insincere, when it only took another astronomical year. I'm standing between the seven edges of the great divide, contemplating which is which and which one to confide, as reality and truth that begin to collide. For once in my life, I feel like I know what to find, as I finally brought peace to my own raging mind, and I found trust in myself, I'm not gonna pick any sides. And I did it on the 12th, no I can say that I tried, and I did it with a lot of help, I prayed with one of my guides. I've been waiting for the moment where the clouds are clear, and I can say with confidence that the time is near, and I can say with resilience that I'm no longer controlled by fear, despite the fact that the road ahead still remains unclear. I can hear it calling out to me, the world that I left. I believe it's time to return to be what is left. fought a lot of battles from my past and now I'm mended. And finally it is my own skin that I have defended, instead of something else that I chose, pretended. The time of mine upon the 9 is officially ended. But I'm not finished with my journey, in fact it's been extended. Despite the fact that many words have already been expended, despite the fact that my own mind has been comprehended, I move on to external words, literally transcended. The time of mine to isolate myself is now concluded. It is time for me to attempt to be where I'm rooted. No longer from the world will I choose to be excluded. Know that I've had sanitized where I've been polluted, and I know that I will backslide till that remains disputed. But I have proven that I have overcome, still get wounded. And I know none of this really all seems that fluid, but does it really matter if I am finally suited? I can see you from the cliffside, mind you, and I can see you from the inside, pass through. I've been wondering which side you choose, and I've been caught up in the riptide, you too. I can see you from the hillside mildew, and I can see you with the new God 1-2, just so you know that I've been there, used to. And I'll see you on the flip side, statue. This world has a way of playing games on those who are already full of shame, and I know that you still want to tame all the things that eventually go up in flames. But now it is not too late to break all those chains. You've got time to re-grab life by the reins. All it takes is taking it day by day. After this I hope to find my way.